Hey, 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 what's up, good people? Shelby here. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, then thank you so much for coming back. I love having you here. I love sharing looks with you and talking about stuff and giggling and crying sometimes, especially if you watch the last Game of Thrones episode. It's just character assassination. No spoilers, I'm just saying. I have feelings about the direction the writers have taken. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Anyways, today I'm going in with a bit of an inspo look. I will insert the photo probably right over here. I keep seeing this image of the little girl from, well, I say little as in under 18, the minor, from Stranger Things. I think her name is Bobby Brown, and she is being featured in a photo. The look that she has on is really, it's interesting. It's very fresh-faced and a little bit retro and very springy, and I really, really like the brightness of it. So I'm gonna go and try to recreate that look with some goodies that I have here. If you would like to see what that look looks like, one, on a browner skin tone, but two, without the products that they used, stay tuned. Well, let's hop into the video. Okay, so I went in and I did just my foundation base because that's pretty straightforward. I did some color correcting and then I added in this lovely Oma foundation that I think everybody and their mama is singing the praises of. I love this foundation. It makes me so happy, and I think it's perfect for this look because it doesn't look like what we call dewy. It just looks like vibrant and rich and not like super powdery. It just looks really, really nice. My Fenty concealer, and I'm going to put this down first, and then I'm going to add just the teensiest bit of my Woke concealer in the shade Bronze Venus. This is T1, because her face is interesting. I think that's another part of what's fascinating to me. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. So her skin looks, like I said, really rich. The blush plays a big part in it. The brows are bold, but they're more feathery than thick or Instagrammy, as I like to call it. They're not Instagrammy brows. They are full, fluffy brows. It's a nice, sweet, very pink lip. Not super, super glossy, but not matte either. It's kind of a sheen, a cream sheen, if you will. The highlight is there, but it's toned down. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna try to recreate this. So I'm gonna start just with the base. There's also a little bit of bronzing I noticed in the photo, which I think is it's complimentary, but it's not overpowering. It's just to bring some warmth to her face. Because if you've seen Bobby, I could call her Bobby. She's so cute. I love her in that show. She has very fair skin, but not ghostly, just fair. So for the most part, except for the little bit of bronzer and the blush, her face is all pretty much just one shade of fair. So I'm gonna do a little bit of highlighting, but a very light amount of highlighting. Now the Fenty concealer is perfect for that, in my opinion, especially if you get the right shade for your skin tone. Nice subtle highlight. I don't believe, if I look at the photo, I don't think that her nose is contoured. It might be a kind of a natural contour because of the shade of her foundation and the very, very small amount of concealer that they have on her face. But definitely, I don't think that there is any bronzer or any darkened powder on the bridges of her nose. So we're not going to aim for that. And then I am going to add just a little bit of the Oma Woke foundation for two reasons. One, because I'd like to have a little bit more brightness right here in the inner corner. Helps get rid of the bags, and also, not bags, but the creases that I have. But also just because my face is going to look weird to me if I don't have just a little bit. Adding that little bit of lightness down here does do something to like bounce the light back off of the natural like little wells that I have right here on my face. There's nothing wrong with those. I'd like to cover them up a little bit. So I'm actually going to go in and I'm going to use two powders that I haven't used in a little while. They're both from MAC. One is the MAC Studio Fix in C6. I'm going to use this to set under my eye. And then I'm going to use the dark powder, which is actually usually the same shade as my skin tone, to set the rest of my face and to smooth it out. So first, I'm going to use this double-ended brush from Hourglass, which is it just feels so luxe. I love this brush. And I'm just gonna lightly set my under eye. Going with a larger brush and just, some of this. Also more of a radiant kind of a finish. And just set the perimeter, and the rest of my face. I would say if you're not familiar with this powder, this is the MAC, the Mineralized Skin Finish in dark, and it comes in just shade ranges rather than a specific number. It's mostly a sheer powder. I would say that it reminds me a lot of the Sephora Micro Smooth that Alyssa loves and a few other people also love, just because it sets foundation. It can be very good at smoothing out and blending all the colors on your face together, and it's just really complimentary, I think, in my opinion, to me, you know. All those disclaimers, are those helpful? All right, and then going in with a big fluffy brush, because once again, these are not hard edges that she's got going on. I'm going to go in with the powder bronzer. This is Saddle from Anastasia, and a big fluffy brush. And I'm just going to bronze myself a little bit down here. In my last BoxyCharm box, I got this Alamar Blush Trio. It comes with a mirror, don't mind the mess, and it's got the 3 colors. It looks really blown out. This is actually a coral. Yeah, like an orangey coral, and then a light pink, and then a deeper pink that almost is fuchsia but isn't as bright. I think I will probably mix the 2 Isla right here, or yeah, Isla and Toasted, to try to bring that same kind of a warm mauviness to my face. So I'm patting this on, and then to place it, and then I'm kind of buffing it. So my next step is to do my highlight. I'm trying to keep it low-key because it is a very calm look on hers. Let me look back at my inspo. She's got the lightest little bit on her lip. And it looks like she has a little bit of blush actually on the tip of her nose, which is like not where I would normally put mine. But I mean, you know, when in Rome, you know, just hit it like a little bit. Is that a thing? It does make the whole face look a little bit more flushed. Okay. All right. I'll try it. You know. Make it work. Do I look flushed? Do I look flushed? My highlighter, I'm going to go in with Umrezi, but I'm going to go very, very lightly. Very, very lightly. I'm going to hit the tip of my Cupid's bow, because that is a definite place where she has some color. I got a little bit on her nose. Not too, and because I can't help it, I'll put a little bit right out here. The high point of my cheekbone, but not too much, just right there. So when I turn, the light hits it just a little bit. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and do the brows. I'm going to go in, I'm probably going to speed through the brows, but I'll be using my Iconic London, the brow cushion, and I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. All right, so this is what the finished look is going to look like. And I think I got pretty close. I was having a little bit of trouble with the liner because originally I thought it was just that she had lined her waterline and her top and her bottom lid. But it looks like there actually is not only a lash and a thin liner on there, it's just the angle. So I'm hoping that that's what it is. And when we're done, I don't look super just dramatic and she's super subtle. Anyways, so I started with the Painterly Paint Pot. Just to use this as a base. My eyes are already primed, but I'm going to go in with the brush and I'm going to apply some Paint Pot all over my lid. I like this as a base, one, because it does hold on to the product, but two, I like the color of it. It's a little bit cool. It's not completely white, but it feels more like a flesh tone than not a flesh tone, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't have to go all the way up to my brow bone because I normally wouldn't, but also because the look doesn't actually go up that high. As you can see on this side, it actually doesn't go up very high at all. Going in with a blending brush, I'm gonna hop into the Dose of Colors Snow Angels palette. This came out during the holiday. So this color is called Cashmere. I'm using a blending brush just to set this above my crease, and I'm blending it out just to give myself a nice transition. Because the color on the lid actually is pretty bold, but I don't want it to be like a stark transition from my skin tone to the lid, just because some of that can be cute, but since it's a cool tone, I can only handle so much starkness before it just looks like I'm casket ready. It's a melanin thing. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. I don't know. And interestingly enough, there is no inner corner highlight, so I'm going like all the way in. And up into my crease and all the way down to the lash line. Then I'm going to go with the same brush and I'm going to kind of wing out the upper lid. I'm just going to increase the intensity in the outer corner to give it kind of a winged look, like on this side, just so that it kind of lifts the eye like it does in the photo. There's a lot of subtlety in that look, but it all kind of comes together to make a really, really unique look, and I really like it. So my next step is actually to go in and do my bottom lash line. For the bottom lash line, I used actually a color out of my Subculture palette. I wanted to use something really deep but not quite black. Line my lower lash line with it. It's a deep, deep, deep matte purple. I would say eggplant would not be an inappropriate description for this color. I also am using the Maybelline Lasting Drama Matte eyeliner, and I'm gonna line my waterline. And I hope this doesn't freak you out because it's gonna be a little bit creepy, but I'm gonna do my upper lash line. And I don't think there's any graceful way to do this. I think you just do it. Actually, I take it back. I have seen somebody do that gracefully, but you know, it was Jackie, so no one will go with. There's a lot of stuff that Jackie does that I feel like no one can do, or no one else can do. But a lot of her stuff is super accessible too, so I appreciate that. This is so funny. I'm looking in the monitor and like it looks like I have a lazy eye and then another eye. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. The lower lash line, I'm going to use a flat shader brush, and I'm going to go into the purple in this palette, or the fuchsia, I want to say, because actually okay, so hot pink, then fuchsia. That's what's very cold, and this is pretty bold. So I'm going to start with the deepest one right underneath the dark purple that I have, the eggplant that's already here. And then I'll follow it up with that, kind of just to help it have this kind of a gradient happening. So that I get that pop that we see in the photo. So now we are ready to line the top lash line. I don't know why I'm so excited. This was really challenging. I think I just want to use my lollipop liner because I'm in love with it. This line is interesting. It's not a very bold line, but it's a little thicker. It's a little thicker than I would normally do. And it starts again at the inner lash line, goes out to the outer lash line, and has a little bit of a flick at the end, kind of like a cat eye. I'm gonna redo it on this side. So starting in the middle, and I'm going to decide how thick this is gonna be and bring it out here. Looking good, feeling fine. Okay, so I am going to put some glue on my lashes. These are the Boudoir Lash from Kiss Lashes. I found some more that I really like from Kiss. And I'm gonna put those on. And then I will also spray my face while we wait for it to dry. So just hold on real quick. I'll be back. Okay, so lashes are on. I actually really like these lashes. There's something about Kiss Lashes. I feel like there's like something in the formula or the way that they package them. I mean, they're hard to get out of at first, but in general, I haven't really met a pair of Kiss Lashes that I wasn't really in love with. For the lip, I'm gonna go in with two colors that are, one is an oldie but goodie, one is newer to me. This one is American Woman from NARS. It is a sample, truly, you know how much I love samples. And then the other is Soar from MAC. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of hydration with the NARS Orgasm lip oil. Yeah, this is an interesting product. First and foremost, the packaging. Like, look at the packaging. It's gorgeous. This is the limited edition Orgasm lip oil. It doesn't really have a smell. There's a little bit of an iridescence, but honestly, I think I paid for the bottle. I don't know if it actually does anything except add a little bit of moisture and some softness, which is, you know, always appreciated. But it's not rocking my world. It's just making my lips a little shiny. Okay, going in with Soar. I'm gonna line my outer lip. And then this is actually, let's see. Yeah, this is actually a Power Matte pigment, but with the gloss underneath, I think it'll have a slightly less matte consistency. Let's see. Okay, I think that dried down real nice. Yeah, I'm gonna put the picture right here so you can see. I think you can definitely see the inspiration. Is it exactly the same? No, I'm like a completely different shade. But the inspo is legit. Like, I really like it. I love the I love the blush. I love where it's sitting. I like that the lid is technically only one color, but it's like it's shaped a certain way. It's got intensity more toward the lid and less toward the actual brow bone. And the wing is actually really nice too. Like, it's very subtle. And if I'm looking right at you, you may or may not know that there is a black liner there. You just kind of see a thickness in the lash line, which I think is really, really pretty. I think that's part of what makes it look so retro to me. And then this blend on the lower lash line is like just everything. You'll be seeing this blend again for sure, so don't be surprised. Please let me know if there are any other looks or kinds of looks that you would like to see me try. If I can figure out how to do it, I'll try it, and I'll definitely record it so you can see it. Thank you so much for watching. If you are not already a subscriber, please go down at the bottom, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment. Tell me you like the lashes, you don't like the lashes, you think the brows aren't fluffy enough, or you wish that they were lighter. Tell me what you want to see, fam. And most importantly, thank you for spending your time with me. Have an awesome day, folks, and ciao for now.